Hello and welcome to episode 122 of VocTerGaming. I am your host, the incredibly ill vocal terrorist, Jesse Rain. Okay, so this is game 3 in our MLG best of 3 between these two players. First up, we have our blue Protoss. He is FXOz Oz. And opposing him, tying him at 1 game in our second game, he is Evil Genius's EGIdrA! So, like I mentioned in the previous video, which I recorded a few hours ago, I am really ill. This happens sometimes to me because I do too much. I work on this, I play too many video games, I stay up far too late, I don't eat enough vitamins or fish, so I'm going to eat more fish. That is a thing that is going to happen in my future. Oz, by the way, scouts really quickly. I like that about him, especially against Zerg. It's always very handy to know whether they've gone pull or expansion first, and now is about the time you want to hit their base to know which is happening. As it is, it looks like EGIdrA is going to pull first yet again. Yep, there he goes. For those of you who did not know, by the way, MLG's Winter Championship starts up tomorrow. That is how close we are to the first non-arena MLG of this year. Are you excited? I'm excited. I'm very excited. I can't pick a winner this time. The winners have always surprised me, especially Lennox's win. That was a crazy out of nowhere thing. But it's always really good to see. There's always so much going on, so many players. I cannot pick a winner from this. It'll be interesting to see how well Oz does. His Protoss has been quite good lately, and I can see him going pretty far. I'm sure he's involved. I think he's in Pool A. I've not looked at that. I could see Dongray Goo smashing things up yet again, because damn, that guy is sick lately, but we shall see. Of course, that starts tomorrow, so do check that out, MLG.com. I believe this stream is free to watch. They generally have dual streams going, the red and blue stream that are free to watch, and of course you have the community casters as well that you can pay for. It's pretty cheap. It's definitely worth paying for if you have the money. Anyway, we see Oz blocking that expansion with a pylon, always nice to do. EGIdrA drops his hatchery there. Now, we've seen 2 fairly short games from these players. The first one went about 10 minutes and the second one also went about 10 minutes. It's very strange. I can't really call this. I cannot call how this is going to go. I can call what EGIdrA will do. EGIdrA will go up to a 3rd base and then get roaches. Like, that is just what is going to happen. That is how EGIdrA is playing against Protoss lately. Of course, we had the Forge expand from Oz, but it's less likely that we'll see what we saw in the last game from Oz. I can't see him going for that 3rd base pressure, considering how badly he lost in game 2 to that, where he dropped a forward pylon, tried to pressure this 3rd base, instead lost all his units and barely killed anything of EGIdRA's, and then EGIdrA just crushed him. I can see Oz potentially going for a 3rd base, perhaps here, perhaps up in the main here, or even a forward base taking this base, trying to get those 3 bases up fairly quickly, and then trying to crush EGIdrA in a more European style 200-200 battle, using Stalkers, Colossi, get some Archons out. So Oz, of course, scouts this 3rd base. Meanwhile, EGIdrA scouts everything in here. So he knows the Forge is here. He knows level 1 upgrades are coming. He doesn't know its weapons. But it generally is interesting. Like I've said many times before, I always prefer it when the Protoss gets the... I'm losing my head. I'm such a massive addict. When they get +1 armor first. Because I like to see that from Zealots to tank damage. But, you know, either way works. You see a lot of Protoss players now getting this +1 attack first. So, yeah, I'm not the expert. I'm not the be-all and end-all of Protoss strategy, seeing as I played about 4 games as a Protoss and then gave it up as being horrendously difficult. I love Terran. Like, I will never get tired of playing Terran. I love building a ton of Marines, stimming things, and just everything dying really quickly. We have a robo facility going down for Oz. That signals to me that he is going to go Colossi. That's the way I think he should be going. Although, of course, getting 1 or 2 Immortals out will be handy against the roaches that I expect to come from EGIdrA. And there, perfectly timed. Look at that. That is a Roach Warren. Oh, yes. I pay attention during these games, you see. Oh, and now this Overlord will die. So he sees the 2 gas going down, and that is the last thing he sees. Oh, interesting. We have a Warp Prism coming. Okay, so we could either use this as a forward pylon or try and drop into the back of EGIdRA's main. Maybe snipe down some tech structures. That would be really nice. Kill a ton of drones. Even get the lair. That would be really nice. Rebuilding that takes so much time and money. Now he's dropping more gateways in. We have +1 armor on the way. We have an Evo chamber on the way for EGIdRA, interestingly enough. He's going to start getting upgrades as well. Oh, loading up with sentries. So here we go. Okay, we've seen this from Grubby before. Let me tell you exactly how this works, and we'll also take a look at EGIdRA building a macro hatch in his main. So what you do is you drop the sentries in here with the Zealot kills the Queen, while the sentries force field this ramp and stop any reinforcements from getting up there. So all they have is what comes from this main base. Now unfortunately for him, Zerglings are coming up here, so there's going to be plenty in place to put a stop to this. This Warp Prism is heading for that main though, so that's exactly what it's going to do. We have Immortals in production. Now, with this hatchery going up as well, it means he's going to have 2 production structures to hit from in the main. This is not going to do much for Oz, I don't think. 1 Zealot drops down. Here come the sentries into the back. Not even force fielding the ramp because there's too many units here. That's some nice force fielding there, though. Protecting this, and he warps in 4 Zealots, so could still do a ton of damage here. But EGIdRA is doing the right thing, targeting down that Warp Prism. Oh, nice force fielding on the Queen! So the Queen dies, and now that Warp Prism will not be killed. This is a good place for us to be in right now. He takes down the Roach Warren, so there are no more roaches coming. We have 2 here in the main, but they are going to die very shortly. We have 1 more coming out here. 5 more are in production, though, however, and that could be just enough to put a stop to this. Zealots, though, still killing more units. In fact, going for roaches now and spine crawlers. Let me just see, did he kill many drones? He did not go for drones, interestingly. He only went for 2 drones. So, not as good as it could have been, but a lot better than it should have been, perhaps. EGIdRA does shut that down. Still more, though. More Zealots coming in. Finally, the Warp Prism dies, and these last Zealots will die. However, he knows exactly what EGIdRA's got, and he bought himself some time with killing that Roach Warren. We have a Spire going down, interestingly enough. I'm wondering if he hid that up here. Nope. Where did he hide? There's the Hydra Den. Wow, Hydralisk Den on the way as well, so that's interesting. His creep spread really not functional enough for Hydras just yet, but perhaps intending to get Overlord drops or a Nidus Worm even. We tend to see that quite a bit. We do have Immortals out on the field to counter these roaches now, quite a few Immortals in fact. Interestingly, no Colossi yet, hasn't gone up to the support bay, is instead getting Templar Archives, so will be going for High Templar and potentially Archons. Nice there from EGIdRA, scouting to see if the 3rd base was taken, and now comes down with this force of speedlings. Here the 3rd base is going down, but he kills that probe, delays it, excellent, gives him a chance to recover now. Perhaps even taking a 4th base would be advantageous. We have an observer though that is seeing everything that comes out, so he sees the Hydralisks. He knows exactly what is going on right now. Another probe is on its way, so here comes the 3rd base of Oz. It is of course miles behind the 3rd base of EGIdRA. But this is important. If he can get this 3rd base up and defend it, he will be in a very nice position to move forward and attack into EGIdRA. We have +3 weapons now on the way. He is already at +2 weapons and +1 armor. Going straight up to +3 weapons. It looks like he wants to cause as much damage as possible rather than tank. Interesting choice, not one we often see. But I am willing to bet the farm on Oz pulling it off. He's been playing so well lately. But this is a nice composition from EGIdRA. We've got roaches, we've got hydras. We have a few speedlings as well to help. This will be very interesting. It looks like now he's going in for a huge attack, massing up his forces and pushing in now. But these Immortals will do so much damage. Lovely flank there by the Zerglings, cutting off the Stalker's retreat. And now he has to fight. Unfortunately for him, he got through that small pass. and the roaches and hydras are being held off by those force fields. If he hadn't have done that, if those force fields had not gone down, that army would be dead by now. EGIdrA had enough to kill it, but now Oz has been able to reinforce. The Nexus finishes, another round of Stalkers come in. We have a cannon as well. Units are dying everywhere. The cannon goes down. The roaches and hydras are doing damage. Oh, but wonderful storm there. Forces half the army to back up. Storms the other half of the army. And so many hydras now dead. This is going to be tough now for EGIdrA. He does have the food advantage. If he can take this down, he's got the game won. That's what he needs to do. He needs to take down this third base and destroy his army. This is what it comes down to. Whoever wins this engagement will win this game. I can guarantee it. Now the Roach Hydra doing a lot of damage, but nice blinking back on the Stalkers. Immortal's still alive, doing so much damage to those Roaches. It looks like Oz is going to hold here. EGIdrA streaming more and more units in, but he just can't get them there in time. He has a ton of minerals, but no gas. All he can build now is Zerglings, and it's not going to be enough. His army is chased away, and EGIdrA GG's. Oz takes the third game, winning the game at MLG Winner Arena 2-1. Wow. That was really fun. That was a great game there from Oz. I am feeling incredibly dizzy from shouting. I do not have enough energy in my body. I will be back tomorrow though. I finish work at 12, so I will have a video up by 2 PM. That is a promise to you people. That video will be up by 2 PM. It is going to be some Protoss vs Protoss action. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but it's going to be fun, I promise you that. Anyway, thank you for watching these videos. Don't forget to check out our website, which is www.scforum.eu. If you join up there, sign up there, you can in fact get your replays featured right here on VocTerGaming every Tuesday, where I do the SC Forum replay. Once again, thank you for watching. I will see you all tomorrow, and come hang out with me. MLG's this weekend. Come on, get excited. Hit me up. We'll talk about it. We'll watch the games together. It'll be sick. I cannot wait. Thank you once again for watching, and I will see you all next time.